welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Great Board Gamer here with round 3 of our playthrough of The Big Book of Madness by Yellow Games. And I am pronouncing the name of the game company differently in every video, so hopefully I get it right one of those times. Our green magician is up at the beginning of our third round. We will do the concentration phase, which will allow her to refresh her telepathy spell. Then we will move our round marker down, and as you can see, we have a single multi-element curse that will come into play. Move our invocation marker to the invocation space. We were able to clear all of the curses and defeat this monster, which means we will get the beneficial effect, which is each player draws one card. Each player gets to draw an additional card. He drew a water and she drew a fire, which is very good because that means we both have a full set of elements, which will allow us to take care of that multi-element curse right away, which is a big bonus because they're usually pretty terrible curses. Next, we're here on the invocation space, which means we're going to turn to the next page of the grimoire and get this little cheeky looking guy. And when he enters play, each player discards one value 3 card. That does not hurt us at all because none of us have a value 3 card. Since we got lucky there, but now we have to put out our curses, and we'll start with our single multi-element card. And if this one comes into play, each player discards all cards from their support. Well, that wouldn't hurt us too bad since we don't have any cards in our support at this time. And now we have a fire. Each player destroys one value 2 card of their choice. Well, that is bad. Air. Each player receives 1 madness in their discard pile. And finally, a water. Each player discards 1 fire card. So now you can see with the multi-element curses that go down first, now we have all the way to round 4 where something is going to be applied to us. Our monster phase has been taken care of. We advance the invocation marker here for turn 1. We have our green magician here. We have 2 madness cards in our hand, 2 earth and 1 each of the other elements. We have this multi-element curse that we could take care of, but it's no danger to us because we have no cards in support. These 2 are much more dangerous and I would like to get those taken care of. Fire is going to be difficult. I have a couple of green earth cards here, which I will use one of these double earth to cast growth, and I'll be spending both to do that. So instead of drawing 1 card, as you can see, the 1 is in the white circle, so if I spend double, that doubles, so I can draw 2 cards with my growth spell. And I got a double fire and an air, so that worked out really well. Got a lot of cards in our hand now. So we get every element. We got that fire. That helped a lot. I want to get that double fire into my support. I will spend 1, water to move this double fire. Oh, no, wait a minute. If I do that now, that multi-element card hits, that would get rid of the card that I had in my support. So that's not a good move. I could use my aspiration. It allows me to receive one card in my hand from another player's hand, or from the support pool. If I spend 2 on that, I can receive 2 cards in my hand from another player's hand. And that might be the better move. He has 2 earth, 2 fire. I only need 1. How do I want to handle that? I'll just cast it for 1. Cast aspiration. Receive 1 card in my hand from another player's hand. I will take 1 of his fire. Bring it over here. And then I will use 4 fire to destroy this fire curse. Get that one out of there. Now I can choose a double element. We have air coming up, which I think I selected. Yeah, I did. We have earth and fire coming up. Earth is going to be the one that I draw first, and then we're going to have also a multi-element. I'll choose a double earth to go into my discard pile as my reward for destroying that. Do I want to spend my 2 earth to gain abundance, which allows the other player to draw 2 cards, or do I use it to cure one of my madness? That's a tough choice. I think I will go for... I'll cure my madness. I don't want those to build up. I'll spend 2, cure one of my madness. I don't want to place any cards in support, but I can have another player take an action, and I'll do that. I'll cast telepathy to have one other player take an action, and I will have him I could have him take care of that multi-element. I'll do that just to stay proactive. 1 of each is spent. This curse is destroyed. He can gain a reward for destroying that curse. We have earth coming up. He has a couple of earth already. He has a couple of water. I don't think he has a lot of fire though. I don't know what's in his discard pile. Let's concentrate on fire, since that's something we have coming up. Put that in his discard pile. It's still her turn. I have 1 water and I should probably just stay. But I can put a card in support. But I only have the 1 madness card in my hand. I'll stop there. Move on to her recuperation phase. Gonna need to draw 4 to get back to 6. And we ended up with one of each in our hand. Pass the marker and move on to the next turn. We have his concentration phase, but there's nothing to refresh. The invocation marker will move with no curse to apply. And the first thing I'm going to do for his action phase, I'm going to spend 2 on Torrential Rain, and that'll be double the cost. And since the white circle's right there, that means 2 players shuffle their discard pile and their support into their deck, which is good because he only had 2 cards left to draw. So that takes care of his, and since we doubled the cost there, she is also able to shuffle her deck. And I can have one other player take an action. We're going to have an air curse and a water curse that we have to deal with. She has 2 water. I can make this into any element with his special ability. One other player chooses 1 card from their discard pile, and nobody has a discard pile, so that would be useless. I don't think there's anything I want her to do with telepathy. The only thing she could do would be get rid of her madness card by spending the 2 water, but we want to hold on to those. I think I'll leave it at that. Have him recuperate. Draw 5. And we have 3 green, and wow, that's a pretty good draw right there. And 2 of everything else. So that shuffle worked out well for me. We'll move this marker over and begin our next turn. We have a lot of spells that need to be refreshed for her concentration phase. Almost every one was used last turn. The invocation marker will move, and we'll have to apply this curse where each player receives 1 madness into their discard pile. Okay, now we get into the action phase. And I need to find a way to gain more air and water. Luckily, he has 3 air over there. I could get the air. No, because I'm not going to want to apply that curse. So what I will do is I'll spend 1 air, use aspiration to receive 1 card into my hand from another player's hand, which will be his double water card. Then for an action, spend 4 water. Destroy the water curse with those 4. And choose, we have earth, air, fire coming up. I'll take the double earth because it's going to be the first one that comes up. I still have an earth and a fire. I could draw another card, but I think I will not draw another card. I'll hold on to that earth If I get another one, maybe I'll purchase the abundance, or maybe if I get more earth, I'll hold on to them since it's going to be the first curse. Well, the second curse really, because there's going to be a multi-element curse that comes up. And I'll just leave it at that and recuperate and draw 3. And end up with 3 air and 1 fire. Gives me a total of 2 fire and 3 air, along with my 1 earth and my 1 madness card. Move on to our next turn. Refresh Torrential Rain during his concentration phase. Move the invocation marker. Nothing to apply there. Still need to get this air curse taken care of before we move off here and have to apply the negative effect, which is each player destroys the top 2 cards of their deck. We don't know what they are, but it could be bad. Could get rid of a couple of our doubles. Is there a way I can get an air card? One other player chooses 1 card from their discard pile and places it on top. No. One other player takes an action. She doesn't have any ice or any water to cast ice to where she could put one of those air cards into support. But he does. I can use his special ability to turn this value 1 air card into a water and cast ice, and allow him to place 1 card from his hand in support, so she'll be able to take care of it in the next turn. We have 3 earth ready to go for our curse that's coming up. I could buy Warm-Blooded, and that would allow me to discard a madness from my hand, and then for each one I discard I can draw 2 more cards. But that doesn't get them out of my hand and deck, it'll just discard them. I'll hold on to that. But we do have a fire coming up. I could spend 2 to grab another 2 just to have more fire cards in my hand. I think I'll do that. I'll spend 2 to gain another fire card to my hand. I'll hold on to my 3 earth and draw the 4 that I need for my recuperation. And we ended up with 3 water, 1 air, and 1 earth. That's good. That'll give me enough earth, depending on what kind of effects occur, to take care of that in the next round. The active player for the next turn will be our Green Magician. We will concentrate and refresh her aspiration spell. I will spend... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot the monster phase, so we'll move the marker to the 5th spot. No curse to apply. We'll move into the action phase. Spend these 2 that are in support, 2 air there, and 2 air here for a total of 4, and destroy this final curse that's on the board and gain an element. We're doing good with the earth already, but we're going to have air coming up. I'll go for the, well, or should I go for fire? I don't think she has a lot of fire. Tough choice here. Let's go with the what I was thinking and go with the air. And what do I want her to do to set up for the next round? The fire is not going to come till near the end, but we also are going to have a multi-element come out. I think I'll unclog her hand, spend these 2 fire to heal this madness for her. I don't want to take any cards from his hand. I don't need to draw another card. I don't want to have him take an action either. And there's nothing in support for me to swap. I don't have enough to buy the spells that are up here. I think I'll stop while I'm ahead and do her recuperation and draw the 4 cards. Gain 3 fire and 2 more air. That'll set us up nicely for the next round that's coming up. Move the active player marker over, which will begin the next round. And things are going really well in this game so far, and I probably shouldn't have said that. We still have 3 rounds to go, and it's just going to get harder, especially when we get to 5 and 6 and we got those 2 of the multi-element cards coming out. But so far, we've been able to eliminate the curses in all 3 of our rounds, gain the beneficial effect, which we'll do for this one soon, and do a really good job of managing the madness, which is a really tall pile here, which is great. But the game's about to get a lot more difficult when we get into that 5th and 6th round. And in the 6th round, we have to get rid of all of the curses or we lose the game. Not only do we get there's no negative effect, it's just we lose the game if we do not eliminate all the curses. So we need to keep that in mind as we're building our decks. Make sure we have plenty of elements to take care of those. We'll see if we can keep our good luck going in our next round. This one is finished for now. Thank you for joining me. Hope to see you for round 4.